Hello everyone, so the game Insurmountable is free this week on the Epic Game Store, and it's all about climbing mountains, and that got us thinking about mountain climbing mechanics in other video games.
Yes.
Some other games have it, right?
Yeah. And maybe not all games are focused on climbing, but they have at least somehow a good mechanic for climbing. So let's go with the first one, as you just mentioned.
Insurmountable is kind of a strategic climbing survival simulator where you have to think about your resources and your route and all of that, and you try to get to the top of the mountain.
Then there's a real climbing VR experience with the Climb 2, where you really are the climber with your own two hands.
That looks pretty intense.
Pretty intense.
Hope you don't have vertigo.
Even some jumping.
Oof. Yep. Then, one of my favorite games of all time, The Long Dark, is not about mountain climbing, but there are climbing mechanics there. The rock climbing is not very interesting, but when you have to climb a rope, or fail to climb a rope like he just did there, you have to watch your stamina and think about the weight on your back very carefully to be able to climb it correctly. So it makes you think about how to get over the mountain as safely as possible.
And then we have a real climbing simulator. This is all about climbing, and it uses a similar system of climbing. In the game I played, this is like a triple B game for Tomb Raider. There's a part where you play as Tomb Raider, and there's a part where you actually move your mouse with each limb. So that was interesting in there.
Then, if you want to make things a little bit more action-packed, there's Climber Sky is the Limit. And as you can see, the graphics are pretty good. But this is a hardcore simulator. You need to think about the weather. You need to think about your supplies, the weight. Are you going to wear a helmet? And all of the equipment for climbing. So any real mountain climbers who want to practice their skill, this might be as close as you can get in a video game.
This looks like the ultimate climbing game.
It does.
There's a climbing also in Rise of the Tomb Raider, but it's not all about climbing. But in some sections, it's a fun one there.
Quite challenging, actually. Yep. Then, less challenging is Conan Exiles, because you can climb basically any surface in the entire game. You just have to have enough stamina, and when you run out of stamina, you don't fall to your death. You just kind of slide down by your fingernails. So, not very accurate, but a lot of fun.
And similarly, in the Breath of the Wild, you have a stamina and you can climb mountains just like that. And when you're out of the stamina, you just fall down.
Finally, kind of a fun one. This has nothing to do with real mountain climbing, but many of you probably thought of getting over it when you saw this list. As you can see, no one has ever tried to climb a mountain in a big metal cauldron. But if that idea interests you, there's already a video game for that.
Yeah, so let us know which one you played and which one do you think is most interesting mechanic of the climbing, and maybe we missed something. So let us know.
Thanks. See you in our next video.
See you. Bye.
Bye.